My name is Ned and I'm a Microsoft MVP. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use this completely custom visual that I created. Not only that, I'm also going to be showing you how you too can create a custom visual just like it. If any of that sounds interesting, before we jump in and we get started, if you could do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, it would mean a lot. All right, now let's get into the computer and let's take a look at what I built and how it works. Okay, like I said earlier, this is a completely custom visual. It's in TypeScript, which is a programming language, and I have compiled it and loaded not only that compiled visual, but also all of its source code onto my GitHub, which is linked down below in the video description. If you want to use my compiled version, what you can go ahead and do is go into this dist folder where you will find fancy line graph slicer. Came up with a good name for that one. And you can go ahead and you can download this file. Once this file is downloaded, you then want to load it into Microsoft Power BI Desktop. Here, I have a blank Microsoft Power BI Desktop file, and I can load it into Microsoft Power BI Desktop by clicking these three dots right here, and then going import a visual from a file, and it will pop up a security risk, and there is a chance that your global Microsoft Power BI admin might have disabled it, but assuming that you're okay using and importing in a custom file, you can go into the dist version where we've gone ahead and downloaded this and imported it into the report. Now, I am not going to go through the rigmarole of submitting this visual to Microsoft to get certified because I built it in like a night with AI. And we'll talk a little bit more about my perspective on AI in the Power BI development process later on in the video. That said, it's a completely custom visual. So let's take a look and let's see what kind of settings you can customize and how it works. And because it's a custom visual, it's as simple as adding in the visual, just like you would any visual. And here we are. And by the way, I didn't change the default icon. So that's the default icon Power BI gives any custom visual if there's not one set. And then it expects two fields. It expects a category data field, which I've only tested this with date values, and then it expects a measure, in my case, revenue. And the default color is green. Now, one of the things that I didn't really spend that much time fixing, but if you really shrink it down, you can mess up the formatting. But in general, its formatting is pretty dynamic. And I feel that, it's pretty straightforward. And this is what the visual looks like out of the box. Now, if you go into the settings, you will see that I have allowed you to customize quite a few things. And I tried to organize these, at least in the way that I would want them organized. So if you want to customize any colors, you can do that here. If you want to customize any of the text settings, you can do that here. If you want to change any of these labels, you can do it here. And if you want to change things about the access formatting, you can do that here. And if you just want to change stuff about the chart in general, like so for example, the rounded corners or adding a border, you can do that right here. So let's play with this a little bit and let's see how we can customize it. So if I go into the chart, I can change the drag handles up to 30 pixels, which will make these circles way bigger. I could go into the axes and I could change this date format to a short date format. I could then go into the labels and values and I could change any of these values. I could also just straight up remove any of the currency prefixes. I could then go into the text sizes and I can make the metric labels 20 pixels. Right. And then finally, I could go into the colors and I could set the color equal to white and turn off the auto contrast line and turn this into a dark blue. Now, I said that this visual is AI generated. That doesn't mean that, or that pretty much guarantees that it has its problems. So for example, if you have cross filtering turned on and you click a button, right, it'll throw this error right here. However, that also, you can disable that interaction. You won't run into that problem. And it will also cross filter other visuals. Because remember, this is native, right? This is a custom Power BI visual. The other thing that you might have noticed is that I called this category data, but when I was in date format right here, right, I just assumed that everything was going to be a date. So I set this custom formatting string. But I'm pointing out these problems on purpose. And it's because I want to have a conversation around AI, Microsoft Power BI, and frankly, data visualization in general. So I'm at or at least I'm in kind of this weird spot where I'm finding the HTML visual and the native Power BI core visuals a little too limiting in that I've gotten used to just being able to create whatever I want. I see a pretty graph on a website, I take a screenshot of it, I give it to the AI, and then customize it a little bit, tweak it a little bit, and then next thing you know, I get a dashboard that looks exactly the way I want it. However, on the other hand, I don't necessarily want to maintain full-scale custom web apps, and so I don't necessarily buy that dashboards are going away and they're all going to be fully replaced by these custom web apps. And that's where I see building a custom visual like this as kind of the perfect middle ground, because if just one tiny piece of your report breaks, it's typically not like the biggest deal. And these kind of like weird visual tweaks that I just showed you, are something that really wouldn't matter if you're building a custom visual for just a singular use case, right? And it's a custom visual, right? Like there's no like weird settings. You don't have to know the code. You just have to know how to click a UI. And so I'm really excited about this. So I want to talk about what it's like developing a custom Power BI visual using AI. So let's jump into this repo and let's kind of talk about what I've done to hopefully make my AI native visual development process faster and yours faster as well. So the first thing that I've done, if you navigate to this native custom viz folder on my repo, which again is linked down below in the video description, is I've created a README that has install instructions for an agent. So you could point an agent like Claude or GitHub Copilot at it, and it'll go through and tell the agent what it needs to build out custom Power BI visuals. At a high level, you need a node package called PBI Viz that Microsoft publishes out. And then if you want to test that visual or compile the visual like I do, you need to generate a certificate. Other than that, honestly, Power BI visuals are pretty simple. I mean, I don't really know TypeScript, but you have like a visual TypeScript file right here. You have a capabilities file, which outlines kind of where data flows in. And then you have a settings file, which controls kind of the formatting settings. And then you have a visual style file, which is pretty much just CSS. Now, I am sure that this is slightly misengineered because, again, I used AI to build this whole thing. But Microsoft has a guide if you want to go ahead and follow that I have gone ahead and linked, where you can actually learn how to build your own file and kind of what everything is directly from the horse's mouth. So all you really need to do is just point your agent at this, at this repo and install all of these things. Alternatively, you as the human can go through and read and install all these things. It should be pretty straightforward. Once you have this up and running, you can either write the code yourself, which I did not do, or you can just simply develop it like a project. So here, for example, is the source code. You can then use you can either fully compile the visual every single time and then import out that compiled visual into Power BI Desktop the way we did at the start of the video. Or what you can do is you can use essentially a local web server to host that visual in the Power BI service and go ahead and hit reload every single time it's running. You could probably even agentically use something like Playwright to allow the agent to view this in real time, but I haven't gotten that fancy. And in order to enable that, all you need to do is go down over here into the developer settings and then turn on developer mode, which I'm going to turn off. But yeah, I mean, I think collectively, I went and I counted the prompts. There were some prompts in here prepping for the video, but I think collectively it took me about 134 back and forths with the AI agent to do this. And I did it after dinner over 2 nights, then plus like kind of a night prepping for this video. So really quick development time for a completely custom thing. Like this is about what I would want in order to show an executive. And frankly, from my perspective, using AI to develop something like this is really a pretty low risk operation, because what happens if this visual breaks? all I have to do is tune it up with actual native visuals, and I can do that pretty quick. I won't be able to replicate all the functionality, but like, I could get pretty close with native visuals. And so where does that leave me and you as the audience at the end of this video? Well, it depending on kind of how this is received, frankly, I'm going to continue to play with building out custom visuals in AI, maybe even make it into a series. And I'm going to continue to try and see if I can't get more and more efficient at using the AI to build out this kind of custom stuff. One thing that just as a side note, that I was really kind of having fun with was trying to arrange the formatting settings in a way that made sense. And so a lot of those 134 prompts are actually me moving formatting settings around, which I I really probably should have done by hand, but I was watching reruns of a TV show. So, you know, I was like, fix it, fix it, fix it. But anyway, I'm probably going to continue to make some fun visuals like this. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the next one. If you want to see some more of my fun visuals, then hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. All right. That this video's over.